let's talk about Alpha Omega or Chiron. Alpha Omega is some people think it was a comet that got trapped by the sun's gravity and came from deep, deep space. Comets come from the farthest away parts of the cosmos from our solar system, something that astronomers call the Oort cloud, OORT, the Oort cloud. And they seeded nitrogen into the solar system that was trapped by Earth's atmosphere. And nitrogen is the basis of life on Earth. So you might say comets brought life to Earth from deep space. And Alpha Omega, which orbits the sun between Saturn and Uranus, is considered the rainbow bridge that opens up the energy stream of human beings so that everything dark and destructive that's ever happened has a way to still bring on the brightest future of the species. Alpha Omega does that by energizing the part of your body that's close to your heart in order to release the withholds that psychically entrap your heart, making it very hard for you to believe in a bright future. It's psychic surgery. Alpha Omega takes out the implants all around your heart area, all around your chakras, in order to free you to feel what many children always feel, which is that being alive is a miracle. And that however hard it seems and however bad it looks, there is a way through to the brilliant future. We really need the power of Alpha Omega now more than ever. Because if there's one thing that's almost impossible to believe in on a collective level anymore, it's a bright future for humanity. And so the sign that you have Alpha Omega in and the house that you have Alpha Omega in your birth chart and the aspects that connect it to other planets set up your energy grid, the network through which you can tune in to the rainbow bridge that leads from everything horrible that your soul has experienced in any lifetime to the brilliant future that you signed up for when you chose to reincarnate. Alpha is the beginning. Omega is the end. When you put the two together, you get the end of everything that has haunted and trapped you, and the beginning of everything that wants to love you and free you. Alpha Omega has the least negative energies of any of the 15 planets I work with. So Mars is the champion of breakthrough on a very personal level. And Alpha Omega hooks the personal side up to the massive collective side, that not only is there a way to get from everything that has trapped you to your own free nature, but there's a way to do the same for humanity, for the whole species. So Alpha Omega takes Mars's urge for personal transformation and amplifies it throughout the collective. And just think of that. If we could activate the Alpha Omega of the species, in some kind of psychic project, like the Grateful Dead would drop acid and they would beam the word love into 40,000 people at the same time. Okay, today we're going to go out there and we're not just going to play Sugar Magnolia, we're going to play love. We won't tell them we're playing love. We'll tell them we're playing Sugar Magnolia, but we'll be beaming love telepathically into the audience. That's because they got started on acid trips at the electric Kool-Aid acid tests in La Honda, California with Ken Kesey. So they weren't just entertainers, they were shamans. And if we could do some sort of project and beam into the species that we're going to make it, that there's a brilliant future. It doesn't matter what it looks like. Yes, there's pollution. Yes, there's Donald Trump. Yes, there's fossil fuels and political nightmares. And yes, all those things are happening. And there's a beautiful future when the species wakes up and remembers that we're all made of love. If we could perform the Alpha Omega experiment and somehow mystically activate the Alpha Omega in everyone on Earth, just simply changing one important thing, that they all start to believe in a bright future. Wow. That would be like the 1960s multiplied by, to the power of 1,000,000. That would do the same thing that the 60s did for millions of people. That would do it for billions of people. Because that belief that there is a bright future for the species has so much contagious energy in it that it would start to rub off. It would just radiate and glow and shoot these sparks all over the place. It would be an energy level. It would be on a feeling level. Sure, the mind of humanity would still have to deal with all the other protests and counter movements that get in the way of, great, it's all wonderful to believe in the bright future, but we have point A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H, and I, and J, and K that we have to deal with, and this and that, and the ego would get involved, and religious groups would start jumping in and changing the whole thing, and all kinds of stuff would happen. But at least on a pure energy level, the sense would be there that something resurrective could emerge from the boneyards, that something beautiful could come from our haunted past, that part of human consciousness that says there's always been war, so there's always going to be war. That can only be countered by a deep inner energy of we can change, we can grow. Humanity is an adolescent species stuck in its acting out period, continually choosing destructive acts when it knows better. And Alpha Omega is the force that can grow us out of that period. So let's bring in another chart.